Hey everyone, today I just wanted to do a quick overview of the Weiss 38mm standard issue field watch. If you look back at my other video, I did a review on the 42mm standard issue field watch. At the time I shot that video, I had ordered this one. It took about 6 weeks for it to come in, and in that time I sold the 42mm to kind of fund this purchase. But you can look back at the video. I'll be comparing and contrasting some things that are similar and different. Right off the bat, you can tell the style of the dial and the style of the case are very similar. The numerals on the dial, where the logo is, the hands are all the same. The seconds track on this watch is at the 6 o'clock position, where it was on the 9 o'clock position on the 42mm. But you can see the case style is the same. It's 4mm smaller, but the same design, I would say. You've got the polished bezel around the dial, the watch. You've got signed crown. You've got a very thin profile on this one. It sits really well on the wrist. And that's why I got the 38mm. My wrist is about 6 3/4 inch, and this fits a lot better. It's a great size. I'll throw it on the wrist in a little bit and show you what it looks like. But it fits really well. It's very comfortable just for all the time, everyday use for me. It's on this green Cordura canvas strap. It comes across a little bit darker on the camera than it is in real life, but it is a really nice strap. Its quality has held up really well over the past couple of months. You can hardly tell it's worn at all. It's a lot better quality than some other ones that I've had. I just want to point out on this model, there is some level of anti-reflective coating on the crystal. It is a much less reflective than the black 42mm that I used to have. I can see this one clearly. I'm not getting tons of reflection when I'm outside reading it. So that's a great improvement. I really like that. Lume is on the hands, the white part on the hands. It's the only part of this watch that is lumed, but it does a really good job. When I get out of the office at night and those things are shining really bright. So the lume's great on it so far. I think some of the newer models might have a lume on the actual dial with the numbers, but this one does not. The white dial is really beautiful. I like the clean aesthetic of it and how it really kind of pops, which I'm quite a fan of that. We'll look on the website right here. I've got it pulled up on my computer. This is Weiss Watch Company. So they've got a few different models here. They've got the black dial model here on the left. They've got the white dial, which is mine here in the middle. They've got a latte dial with, I guess, cutout hands, so you can see through the middle of the hands there. And then they've got the green dial and the blue dial. The white dial runs $950. I'll go through some specs here on the website really quick. The case size, like I said, is 38mm. The thickness is 9.7 millimeters. Dome sapphire crystal case back, and the case construction is 316L stainless steel. It's machined naval brass dial. Water resistant 330 feet. So that is the specifications for the watch. I'll show you the canvas strap is made in America. It's got Weiss logo on it on the inside. I'll show you that in a minute. But I believe Weiss makes the metal components for the buckle. It's very high quality. It's thick. It's not flimsy at all. It's a very high quality buckle. It's very satisfying to. I kind of mess with it during the day. It is nice. It is a very good buckle. The strap is equally as good. So yeah, let me take it off this pillow really quick and show you the case back. So here is the back of the watch. Um, I know the lighting's not great, but on this one you've got the display case back. You've got the number, whichever number it is. I've got number 11. I guess I got a fairly early one of the white dials when they were being made. I'm going to try and zoom in here on the movement. You've got the Weiss logo there at the bottom on the movement. Blued screws. You got, well, you can't see it there, but it says 17 joules Swiss. So this movement is not made by Weiss. He does make a standard or an American issue field watch, which he makes the movement. He makes all the components for it. This one is a Swiss-made ETA movement that he hand finishes and obviously puts the logo on, and he assembles it before putting in the watch. So that's the little bit lower price point on this one, it being at $950. I believe the American issue field watches started around $2,000. But anyways, in there, it's a nice movement. It's done well. There you can see the Côte de Genève a little bit, and the reflection from it. But yeah, it's something to look at for sure. It's nice, and you can see how small the movement is inside of the watch. But on the larger 42 millimeters, it pretty much takes up the entire case back. This one is a lot smaller, but it's nicely finished. She did a good job on it, and it's I'd say it's worthy of having a case back. When you see, I like turning the crown and seeing the gears wind up, and it's a nice thing to look at every once in a while. That's about it on the back. It's secured by these 4 screws. Trying to think of anything else back here. Here's the band. I don't know if you can tell there. It's got the Weiss logo there. It's a black inner lining here. Very comfortable. It's like a cushiony almost. It's like I'm not really sure what the back of the material is, but it is nice. I've enjoyed wearing this. It's a great daily wear, and you could wear this doing almost anything, and I have, and it's worked out just fine. Really quick, I will throw it on the wrist and we can look at it. All right, so here's the watch on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. It wears very well. It's quite slim, slips under cuffs, no problem. So I like to wear it to the office under a dress shirt. Like I said, it's comfortable. It's a good size for my wrist, and yeah, I've really been enjoying this watch. I've been wearing it a lot. And no problem so far. It's all run really well. The winding is buttery smooth. It's got about a 42-hour power reserve. And I didn't mention this earlier, but it is hand winding. If you couldn't tell, without a rotor in the back, hand winding movement. So you wind it up. I wind it up during the day just for fun. So that's mostly it. Let me take it off my wrist really quick and compare it to a couple of my other watches, just so you might get a little better size comparison. Okay, so here's the watch next to my Seiko SKX. Seiko SKX on the left, 42 millimeters, and then the 38 millimeters on the right. So just for a little bit of a size comparison, and let me throw another one in here really quick, and I'll show you how it compares here to a 36 millimeter Rolex Explorer on the right. It's just a very comfortable watch to wear. It's a great size. It goes with, if you don't like 36, maybe 36 is a little too small for you, or it's not as comfortable to wear 42 every day. Maybe 38. You should try 38. It's a nice watch. I have no doubts that it's going to hold up for a long time. It feels very well made, and I think the Weiss watch has a 2-year warranty on it, so I'm not worried about it for another 1.5 years at least. But yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions or anything I didn't cover, anything specific about the watch, Leave me a comment. I'd love to answer it for you, and hopefully I covered all the important details here. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for upcoming videos on my new Rolex Explorer. Thanks. Hey, I just wanted to bring it outside really quick so you can see the color's a little bit better in this lighting, and what the case back looks like. And I wanted to make a quick point about the value of this watch. For $1,000 you can get a lot of other watches, and some that are going to be probably just as well made and as accurate for cheaper. But I think there is a premium. There's definitely a premium on this watch for where it's made. It's made in Los Angeles, and the size of the company. But I was willing to pay that premium because of that fact. I like that it was made in America. I like Cameron Weiss's story and what he's doing. He's making a lot of American-made movements now, and he's kind of joining RGM and some of the other watch companies and bringing American watchmaking, bringing it back to life. So I really liked that. It was worth paying the $1,000 for me. So I just wanted to make a quick point about that. There are cheaper watches that are going to perform as well, sure, but they weren't made by Cameron Weiss, and they weren't made in America, and they didn't fund something that I find worthwhile. So that's just a quick reason. I've got plenty of watches that weren't made in America, and they're cheaper, and they run just as well. But the story of Cameron Weiss and Weiss Watch Company, along with how beautiful I think this watch is, made it definitely worth to me. So anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day, and let me know if you have any questions.